All right, y'all. After a month of working on this dude, we finally today got this brake deal done. We've had lines we've had to make, to track down fittings. Yeah, it's been fun. But anyway, we been working with limited days, and you just keep working at it. All y'all weekend warriors, hats off to y'all, because this is probably one of the most frustrating things, is doing it every weekend, not being able to do much during the week. It's just been so dark, and we just ain't had time. So been trying to do it on Saturdays and Sundays and Friday nights. And so anyway, we finally got it all back together. But you can give them a peek at the spindles. We ended up having to do a little bit more than what we anticipated. We got in here and this whole front end was shot. So actually on this side, the lower control arm, take them over here and give them a look at the old one. These things are supposed to be threaded, and as you can see, there's really not much left, and it threads in here. So basically, when I got to putting everything back together on the brake, I noticed I had a clump. So after looking at it closer, I see where the clump was coming from. I thought this was actually broke in here, but long story short, pulled it all apart, pulled the rod out right there, and that dude was pretty much just sitting in there. So these are probably original, I'm assuming. And the new ones, they say they're 463, but a lot of kits are saying they go up to like a 72, which is gonna be on the blue truck. And you're gonna notice, I got them from CPP. A lot of people said the shock tabs were wrong. Those wasn't. So, you know, this is 2025. I know I looked at reviews the past 7 years up till now. Some people said it was hit or miss. They were having to weld these on. But mine came out perfect. They mounted up. I mean, you see them right there. The only difference I seen in them were these perches where the bump stop goes. They're a little bit taller, so the bump stop goes up a little higher. Let's get right here with the wind in it. Y'all can see we got plenty of room right now for bump stops. I don't think that's going to be an issue. It may when we get it down. I don't know. We'll have to look at it. Because like I say, we're running the old coils that came on this thing that y'all seen in the other video. They've been cut, so I don't really know what size they are. We're supposed to have a 2-inch coil with these 2.5-inch drops, spindles. So if we have an issue of that, we're gonna have to go back and redo the coil, but that ain't no big deal. You can get them pretty cheap. I should have done it anyway, but you know, it's kind of like when you're bleeding, you gotta stop sometime. And with the garbage we took off, y'all can check this out. Those are still in good shape. I had to put new bearings and all in them. That's what to come off the front. So anybody out there still running the old school stuff, y'all interested, I got them. They've been redone. But this is a scrap metal pile we're working on. This is what's come off the truck. And I mean, these things are shot. The boots are shot. There's no resistance. I mean, these spins around like a merry-go-round. The pitman arm was probably decent, but it's garbage. So we decided to just go ahead and get this whole kit. That comes from CPP also. So we got CPP tie rod ends, center links, adjusters, pitman arm, idler arm, CPP brake kit, and the drop spindles come from CPP. We're running Beltec shocks. That's for the drop system that they sell. And then the Speedway motor This is gonna be your Corvette Master. We had to leave the plunger to make it a shallow tube for our rod that we think is gonna work. We primed this up before we stuck all this together, just to try to get it where it was bench bled. And then this is a Speedway motor proportional valve that goes with this. This is for the disc front and the drum rear. So when y'all ordering these things, make sure you check it out. Pay attention to what it says, because some of them are for drum and drum, but like I say, this is for the disc up front and the drum rear. So just make sure y'all check that out and get the right one. And other than that, I mean, it's pretty well solid at this point. We're gonna try to get in here and start priming to get first off, we're gonna gravity feed these brakes. I'm gonna open the valves down the bottom. We're gonna stick some rubber line. Y'all can go to your local building supply store, get you some of this to keep it off and keep it clean of your brake calipers and whatnot. I don't want to be rolling around in brake fluid. But we're gonna just take some old water bottles that we got and just stick some tape around the top just to hold the tube and let these things kind of drip into those bottles. And then we bought some extra to fill this back up. And I think that's gonna be it, y'all. What I thought was gonna be a super simple job turned into a, before Thanksgiving we got the parts. And now it's like a week, maybe almost a week after Christmas. And we just, like I say, we just ain't had time to work on it. But, and then when you run out of stuff, you got to go and piece it together. So the only problem I ran into, to give y'all a heads up, is going to be those the little pieces that came from. I don't know. Oh, here they are. These are pre-bent. They came with the proportion valve. So basically, what you run into, two of these fittings are different. On the end, it goes into the proportion valve itself. Then your uppers is going to be the 3/16 standard line, just like your regular brake line. These are not. I went to Napa, tried to have them match up an adapter. He don't even carry anything like that. They can order it, but I mean, you're adding another week. So we just went ahead and took matters in our own hands. I didn't have a flaring tool and all that good stuff. So we just bought Advanced Auto Parts carries these little dudes. They're little short pieces with different fittings, but this was a 3/8 to a 3/16. And we got this adapter. It's a 1/4 to 3/16. But when y'all buy them, I assumed, I didn't look at the specs when I bought the thing, I was in a hurry. It said 1/4 to 3/16. So I was thinking it was gonna be, the first number would be here, the second would be there, but it's not. So if you want one without having this line, you have to go 3/16 to 1/4. But basically we ran down this morning and grabbed a new line, 3/16, both ends are, and just stuck it in what we bought yesterday. It was too late, we weren't going back. So we just got it rigged up like we need. And then the back brake line, which is coming off of here, going down under the engine, we went across the cross member. All this stuff we're gonna tie in a little bit better. We just got a union to put those two back together. So you'll have a 3/16 union tying your rear drums back up. It calls in the paperwork for 1/4 inch line, but that's recommended for heavy duty applications and towing, and we're not going to be doing that. Most all the vehicles I've seen is running 3/16 line, so I don't think it'll be an issue. And I think that's pretty much it, y'all. We went down just like everything else was ran. I might have should have went on the other side of that. Might have would have been a little cleaner to go down the frame rail instead of going down this side, but we don't let it ride like that. I mean, we done bent it all up and done it, so the heck with it. It kind of, you got to deal with lines at some point. So we're gonna get some stuff they make. Noah was actually telling me, I forgot about it, you can cover these lines up, it looks like rubber. And or some kind of loom and kind of just dress that up. But I'm gonna throw a little paint on too, just to kind of cover some of that up. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. But anyway, that's what we got so far. We're gonna get to bleeding, and not literally bleeding. We're gonna bleed this out and see if we can't get some brakes. Then we're gonna jump on the old truck. We still got the C-notch and the panhard bar on this one, but we're not getting into that right now. Just got too much going on. Just we ended up finding some cypress wood. Gonna go probably pick it up this week. May go ahead and get it for all three trucks. I know the 51 Ford and this one. We're gonna get the cypress wood, put some T-coal on it, and just have it ready on hand, because that'll be coming up pretty soon. Still don't know about the bed on this one, if we're gonna do the swivel middle or not, just so we can get to everything if we have to access it. But a lot of stuff coming. Y'all stay with us. All right, guys, we got this thing put back together finally. But this is what we got. Right side's perfect turning. Left side, absolutely not. We're getting about a half a steer turn. And if y'all go back to the video where I had put those springs that come with this thing. So, we was telling y'all about the coils, right? Springs, whatever you want to call them. On your, looking at the camera, left, my right, is what it should look like without heat. This is what some jack leg done. They were uneven. They wasn't measured right. So I cut them even. And for whatever reason now, I mean, this side barely clears. This side don't. So the cab mounts under this thing needs to be replaced. So it's got a little bit of issue going on there. But I was going to attempt this before I went and bought new springs, just to see where it would come in at. I didn't know if we could clear. But I honestly, I mean, it looks good on the front end and everything, but the rake's a little too much for me. I don't like that stance. It still almost got a kicked in the rear stance. And we've pretty much went as low as we could possibly go back here with blocks. I think they got, I take that back. They do have 1 more inch of block. A 3 inch instead of a 2 inch. But we're running 7 inches in the rear right now. If we dropped it another inch in the back, it'd probably be perfect. But we got the C-notch, and the reason I done that is because we're dropping or changing the Beltec shocks out. That stopped a lot of that. We was banging on the axle because all the bump stops were gone. And they were like that. I didn't do that. They already been gone. But we're trying to get it back where it's a decent ride, but it also looks cool. I want it to have that right stance. Not this stance. But anyway, I think what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and order, because we can't drive like this on the front end. We'll tear a brand new fender up. And I know we tried to do an alignment. I say alignment. We didn't really do an alignment yet. We put it back just like it was on the measurement on the tie rod ends, so that we would go the same. But we're putting the drop spindles on. It changed the geometry, so it needs an alignment. So what we're going to do, we're going to check it with a tape measure on the front. Of course, we can't do it right now because I want to get this issue corrected first, and that may change things. So I'm going to go ahead and order 2 new springs for the 2 inch. These are 2.5 drop spindles, but you're supposed to have a 2 inch coil or spring that goes back under there. From what I have researched, I'm gonna just double check that before I make the order, because I don't like ordering stuff wrong. But I think when we get that, it's gonna pick it up a little bit. I believe all these trucks that I've seen with this kit, it rides right at the top of the tire. So right now we're about, well, I mean, you can see right there, we're about that much from being where we need to be. And I think that's just due to the coil being cut too short. So anyway, we're going to do that first. We checked the brakes. We got a good stop, but our pedal still ain't right. We still got a soft pedal for some reason, but we bench bled it. we're just not getting any fluid back here like we need. And I don't think we were to begin with, to be honest. It seemed like it was just not stopping. Or it was stopping. It would stop you and bark the tires, but I didn't want all that up front. And I hadn't jacked the back up to see how much, you know, if it's actually stopping the wheel from turning. But we may try that eventually. But we didn't put the 1/4-inch lines on. I know they said that you had to have the 1/4-inch lines. We went with the 3/16, so that could be an issue too. But I mean, most of these things, well, this particular one and that one is running 3/16 line to the back, so I don't think that's an issue. But we gotta trim up. We're gonna end up cutting when we get into this rear deal. We're gonna come out and come up a little further, all the way to this pinch wheel up top, and just take this piece out so that the tire is clear. Then we're gonna go ahead and put the C-notch in, get the panhard bar adjustable that we bought, and then see how everything's riding. And if everything checks out, of course, we're gonna fix our exhaust hangers and all that janky junk. Then we're gonna start fabbing all this up for the bed, get the bed floor put in it. I just want to get everything done before we cover all this up. So, but like I say, that's CPP, y'all. CPP drop spindles, the brake kit, that whole front assembly where the tie rods and center links. So if you know, for the guys that want to go extreme, I mean, you could roll that fender, I guess. I know the back fenders has been rolled, but like I say, that's a brand new fender, and I really don't want to do that. You know, they just, I say they rolled it. They didn't really roll it. They cut them and kind of just crimped them in. You can show them right there what that looks like. I guess that really technically doesn't affect the outside of the fender. You know, we could do that. I just don't want to whack up a brand new fender, you know. Kind of feel me on that one. But, I mean, we got about I don't know, that's the tip of my finger. So we're probably that deep where this thing comes out. We probably could just do some slight cuts and just mash it up in. I could just tack it, because we're going to paint it anyway. I mean, but still and yet, I don't know, dropping the rear another inch. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get to this. You know what I mean? So, I don't even know. I mean, it could ride like garbage too, with it sitting like that. The bump stops that were on these new control arms, like I told y'all, they were really tall. Even the perch, like the 72 or 71, I'm sorry, 71. We got the paperwork and we found out it's a 71, not a 72. Long story short, they were sold as a 72, but it's 71. So anyway, I took the saws off and gave it a little haircut. So now we still got about that much bump stop, which is plenty, but it got it back about where it should be for where we were at to begin with. So I think we're just going to go ahead and get the coils. The new springs is what we need to get it where it's supposed to be. I'll try to get it where it's right, not the incorrect way, and then see what happens. We'll keep these just in case, though. I mean, because it's nothing but popping a ball joint loose on the upper, and we just pull it up, throw the other coil in, and go on about our way. I'll probably go ahead and get another block set up for this, because we went with 5, 6, 7. See, they make a 6-inch coil back here too, y'all. You can actually get. But all the dudes online were like, oh, you know, it's not strong enough to keep it from doing that. But, you know, even with me, I mean, standing here, you're looking at probably, I don't know what the new bed would weigh time we get it in here. But, I mean, we're going to be sitting down probably here. So I'm about 180 pounds. our rake's still way off, right? And if you stand back and look at it, I want more of a kind of a level look. I get off and it didn't affect it much, did it? So I don't know. A bed probably, even rocking it down, does it ever get level? Not even close, is it?
Not to where that front is.
I think we're like I say, that's that 30-gallon tank. We probably got a quarter tank of gas in it.
It helps a little bit, but it's not.
I mean, you're talking, they're a little 8 pounds per gallon, 30, that's 240 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
The bed probably gonna be, just say another 200 time we get through the metal. So 400 pounds. I wonder what me and you set it down. We're gonna see if we can get close to 400. So the camera's gonna see.
What's it look like?
Yep. We can't see, so.
That's right.
Just give it a bounce though.
Is it fixed? Oh yeah, we're banging the axle.
Hear that, guys? Good old axle bang. So that tells me for sure when we get everything loaded up without the C-notch, we're gonna be banging the axle anyway. So I might have to go back to the study board, because if we drop it another inch in the rear with the C-notch, I don't know if we're gonna still have the same problem. I don't know what that C-notch that I bought is gonna clear, because I'm not sure how far down it'll be able to compress. And plus, that's the panhard bar, letting it go down that far on that side.
Yep.
That's gonna fix a lot of that issue too.
Which is why we got a new one.
See, the panhard bar right now is holding it on the passenger side. It's not letting it come down all the way. So that's another problem. But anyway, we still got a lot of ground to figure and cover and drawing boards. So just want to give y'all a look at what we got. If y'all like what we're doing, hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel, please. It don't cost anything. We're trying to grow a little bit, and y'all just shoot us a comment.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button, like the video.
That's right.
Let us know what your favorite part is, what you think we should change, what we should do.
We may make some new shirts that says "Too low, it won't go," because that's where that's where we're at right now.
Literally.
Y'all stay good. We'll see y'all.